over the years though, I've seen 4 strong leaders, and you're good. With this comp plan. I'm not talking about those other comp plans where you got to make sure they get 8 cases. You got to make sure if you go to Ruby, you got to do 30,000 in volume, or if you go to Emerald, you got to get 4 more lines or 10 more lines, or you got to do this. Those are other binaries. This binary, 2, if you're lucky, you'll shoot up. No barriers, no hoops. But 4 serious leaders, you're winning. You're winning big time. Big residual income, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do what I did out there in Concord here for you, Don, Joseph, and crew. So you guys remind me if I miss out anything, because that was the first time I did it, but it makes the right picture for you. And that is a deck of cards. When Amy pulled this out, I was like, what is that, cigarettes you got in your purse there? She don't smoke. But deck of cards, right? How many cards are in a deck? Build your business this way. Build your business this way, okay? And you will win. You will win, okay? There's 52, right? I'm gonna shuffle it up a little bit for you. Okay. How many aces are in the deck? 4. 4 aces, right? Okay. How many do we need to be a multi-millionaire in 10? 4. 4, right? So what are you looking for in 10? 4 aces, right? Okay. Understand this, is that you're going to have to go through this deck, right? Because there's only 4 aces, right? But you're building your TTPs, you're inviting, you're turning it up, right? You're turning it up. You're having a pivotal moment in your life right now where you know between now and February, you got to get it done. What does get it done mean? What does get it done mean? Invite, 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 exposure, 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 testimonials, flip book. They see the testimonials at the event, they're in. The easiest, best way to build this business is what? The events like this. The events like this. But you know what? This same event is happening again on Tuesday somewhere, on Wednesday somewhere, on Thursday somewhere. Because the event is not the presentation, the event is the testimonial. People need to hear the testimonials, right? They need to see Maureen's new car. They need to see it. Then they need to ask, well, how'd you get that? How much you got to pay? Monthly, what are you doing? I mean, that's it, that's the business. So here's how you got to do your business, okay? That's a 4. You know what a 4 is? A 4 is the person that you invited last Thursday to the event and they didn't show up. They didn't show up. And guess what? You invited them the week before that and they said they were coming but they didn't show up. And last month you did invite them and they flaked on you. But they promised they'd show up next week. They promised they'd show up next week. What do you do with the 4? Do you convince them to show up next week? Right?
Put them back in the day.
Good night. Good night. You ain't got time. You ain't got time. But the time that you're spending convincing them, you can be spending with your kids. You can be spending with your kids. Your kids are more precious than wasting that time right there. Here's a mistake some of us are making. Okay? I've never been in sales, nor do I ever want to be. I'm sure it's a fine profession, but I can't sell anybody anything. There's no way. Okay? I can share my passion and my personal experience about something. That's about it. That's what I can do. But if you tell me, you know, I got to go out there and sell you a Girl Scout cookie or sell you a shirt or sell you anything, I can't do it. Okay? Some of you are selling and convincing. Wow. Some of you are selling and convincing. You're in the wrong room. Yes. This is about sifting and sorting for somebody who's at the right time in their life that sees the big picture here and the timing that we've got here. Right? And the potential that we have here with this product and this company and this track record for 12 years. So what you're doing is you're sifting and sorting for somebody else's timing. Somebody else's timing. So let's see what else we got. What's that? A 5. Is a 5 an ace? No. Can you turn a 5 into an ace? No. What if you turn it sideways? No. Upside down? No. Okay. The 5 is the guy that says, before I join, I need to talk to the scientist. The scientist that formulated the product. And you know what? Michael, I've got an event coming up in February. I'll catch you after that. A 5 is not an 8. A 6. A 6. A 6 is going to tell you, I'll show you, I'll look at yours, you look at mine. Right? Good night. A 7. Is that an ace?
No.
Sideways, upside down? You ain't gonna make it an ace. It's not an ace. You're looking for 4 aces. Okay? The 7 is, I need to talk to the scientist who invented the compensation plan. Good night. You don't have time. Taking time away from your kids. Quality time you're spending with your family, right? 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 Okay? But some of you are trying to convince them to say, well, let me call the company to see if I can get the compensation plan scientist on the phone. After I just told you, 12 years, millionaires in the comp plan already overseas, a product with no competition that people are getting all these crazy results on, I ain't got time. An 8. An 8.
No.
Here's what you do with an 8. An 8's the guy, the girl that says, you know what? I need to think about it. I need to think about it. Okay. Think about it. I moved a lot of product as a distributor. Okay? You know how I did it? I'm horrible at selling anything. Okay? Is when they came to the TTP and they said, I need to think about it, or I'm not ready to join, or whatever, you need the product. You need the product. You need to be a customer. You need to be a customer. Okay? And you need to be strong with people that come to that TTP, and you need to make sure that they're on the product. Talk to them straight up. Right? Okay? Straight up. Okay? Say, hey, Peter, I can't see your belt. Do you want to stay like that? Let's get you some product. Right? Right? Okay? You're probably not feeling great because now you're 47. You don't feel like you did when you were 27. You want to stay like that? No. You need to get on the product. Okay? You know what? You're going for your annual physical coming up at the end of the year. Do you want it to be worse than last year? You want the doctor to tell you it's worse? Your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your D's, your this, your that? Oh, you don't? Oh, well, you need the product. You need the product.
Yeah.
You need to show people your belt because your belly's not in the way. You need to feel good and have energy to play with your children, right? You need to have energy to play with your children. You need the product so that when you go to your annual physical, it's looking better. Okay? Is that worth the money? Well, how much is it? You go to Starbucks? What you paying? Latte? What's in a latte? Oh, I got 2 pumps of vanilla and an extra shot, and I got this and I got that. Between $4 and $6 or $8. I don't know what you're paying for that latte, right? Okay? How often do you have it? Oh, yeah, every day on the way to work. Okay? I'm going to get you 5 sprays. Definitely less than your latte per day. No question about it. And guess what? You're going to look better at your physical. We're going to start seeing your belt again. You're going to have more energy with your kids. You're going to feel good. You're going to look good. You heard the testimonials. Get on the 5 sprays. Let's give up the latte. We got to sell energy. Right? Yeah. Oh, I like the taste. It feels good. This is that. Great. Keep the latte. This is less than $4 a day. Do it. That's the product. That's the customer. Guess what? You just got a new customer. while they're thinking about the business. You guys follow me?
Yeah.
Easy. 9.
Woo! Nope. Not ace.
Good night. 10.
Nope. Not ace.
You need the slim. A jack.
Nope.
Jack's pretty good. Jack's pretty good. Joins your business, gets a team builder, picks up the executive promotion, and then quits. Was that one of your 4 aces?
No.
Could have been. Could have been. See you later. Yep, we'll talk to you after February. Queen.
Nope. But good.
Pretty good, right? Yeah. She starts with the business. She's retailing a bunch of product. Right? Okay. But she doesn't want to follow the system. She needs a corporate website. Right? She needs a corporate PowerPoint. Right? She needs the scientists to fly out and help with her presentations. Right? She needs to learn everything and read every article about D3, which is about 3 billion articles. Right? Okay? She's good, but she's not the ace. Right? King. Doing real good, but didn't understand all the pieces of the puzzle. Didn't pay attention. Didn't pay attention. Forgot that this is a team business. Forgot that the most important part is the distributor, is the team, right? Forgot to do it right, and it's not an ace. Another king, no. Queen, good, but not good enough. Jack, good, but not good enough. 10, get on the product, you need the product. Got a couple customers. 9, no good. Good night, no, no, no. How many no's are you getting here? Not interested. I'm not interested in you either, Mr. 6. Right? Number 5, good night, you got the same questions. Number 4,
No.
drive all the way to my house, an hour and a half away from here, and show this to my wife. You drove all the way back, and they said, nah, no thank you. Good night. 3.
Oh, no. Oh, no, yeah.
3.
They said the one guy.
3. Why did you let him in your house in the first place at the TTV? Should never. 2. Oh. Came all up to the TTP, dressed up in a suit, but still looking like a stink bomb. Good night. Sour. Eggs! Yeah, here's the music. Here's the music. We got an egg. We got an egg. We got an egg. We got an egg. All right, question. Some of you could not have lasted through that. There's too many no's. Too many issues. Too much of this, too much of that. So you quit early. Or some of you are saying, man, I was just about to quit and the ace showed up. Now the party's starting. But you had to go through the rest. You had to go through the dirt to get to the gold. Right? Just don't listen to the dirt. You need to know your why, where you're going. Where are you going in February? Don't let the 2 stop you, the stink bomb. Don't let the 4 stop you. Don't let the 8 stop you. Don't let the 9 stop you. Don't let them stop you, because you know where you're going in February, even though it looks really, really tough. After you go through 3 weeks or whatever, how many times of all of that to get to the ace. Okay? Now you're on your way. Now you're like, let me shuffle this up a little bit. Now you're on your way and you're saying, man, this is it. I got my first ace. I need how many more? Multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. So now what you know, now that you know you can get an ace, attracted in your business, you know, at 19 and 21, our ace was not our personal contacts. Our personal contacts I mean, nowadays, younger cats are doing network marketing, but back then, my friends were like, where's the party Saturday night? We're gonna go play, basketball Sunday morning, you're gonna be with, that was the conversation. They weren't talking business. Our ace had to come through somebody whose brother-in-law and their cousin's friend, right? And so it's gonna come 20, 30 levels in your group too. You gotta just work with everybody, work deep, work with the team, and you gotta stay focused though. Because like that guy that I told you about, that's today a multimillionaire with our other division, okay? He went through 6 months of that, right? And he was at the quitting point at that event. He said, this is it, I'm joining the other company. Until I heard you talk on stage, and then now I get it, And then his next 6 months, he rose up. He rose up big time his next 6 months, right? So, those of you that might be like a flamingo right now, one-legged, that's your first 6 months. Look at now to February, okay? Because if it happened to him, it can happen to you, no question about it. All right, we got a 5. Because we got to keep going. We don't have 2 aces yet, do we? No. Is a 5 the right person for your business? No. Are you going to convince them? No. Are you going to sell them that they need to be on D3 because it's going to help them do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this? They're not at the right time in their life. All right? No. 6. Okay. Here's the deal. 1 year earlier, this is what you got to find. Why you're sifting and sorting? 1 year before we joined the business, okay, before we walked through that door, if you would have invited me to that same exact presentation, okay, Amy would not pay attention, and neither would I, and we would not join. Okay? Because what was happening 1 year earlier? We were planning our wedding, we were getting married. Timing. And those of you that are married, or you're going to get married or whatever, you know how much that is like your whole mind. The wedding, the event before that, the invitation, the this. Somebody come talk to me of business at that time in my life, it wasn't going to happen. Timing was wrong, right? So, when somebody says no to you, they're probably not at the right time, right? Now, what happened a year later when I did join the business? It's perfect time. No job, 3-month-old baby, trying to figure out what to do. Heard the person's making $10,000 a month. I'm in, right? But a year earlier, wouldn't have joined. Same opportunity, same presentation. So what else does that tell you? The 6, even though they're not the right person today, keep them on the list. Because what happens a year from now? Oh, dang. Vicky? Is that your yellow Lamborghini? Did you win the lottery? No, it's that, that thing that you call the weird, strange spray thing. That spray thing. Yeah, I sold 1 billion bottles. And you say, no, I'm just kidding. I just got a great team, and the company got this exotic program, gave me the Lamborghini, so this is how I'm rolling now. You're probably still a 6 and you're not interested. Wait a minute. So the 6 will come back a year from now on the list. So will the 7, right? No. Another 7, 2 in a row. Yeah. Have you gotten 2 no's in a row, 2 dorks in a row, 2 people that ain't? Good night. 6, good night. 5, can we make the 5 an ace? Can we convince the 5 to be an ace? No. A 4. Oh, this guy's real bad. Real bad. Bad news. Came to your TTP, and now out there cross-recruiting from your TTP. Should have never let him in my house. What was I thinking? Came in here, now trying to call the same people that he met in my house. In fact, I'm not even coming back to you in a year. Maybe 2 years if I feel nice about it. Okay, I'm sure in a year you'll forgive him. 3. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, looks like a duck, is a duck. 2! What's that smell in my house. That 2 showed up. That 2 showed up. Do we convince this 2 that network marketing is not a pyramid?
No.
Oh, that's one of those pyramid things. Oh, yeah. No. No time. Hey! All right, now what happens? Now what happens? 1 star, 2 star, 10 star, here we come, baby. We are rolling. We are rolling. Rolling. All right, now, that'll probably be good for about $20,000 or $30,000 a month, let's say, okay? And if you've heard about this industry, whether it's guys and girls in prepaid legal, or in 5 links, or in organo gold, or isogenics. I mean, there's some big money being made out there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay? And Don Joseph mentioned this, you know. We have millionaires in our other division, right? 10 is going to celebrate its 1-year anniversary upcoming February. We do not have the first millionaire yet.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah. Is in this room.
Nobody raised their hand. Nobody raised their hand. All right.
I'm in.
So the exciting thing is it's going to happen, and it might as well happen to somebody in this room, right?
Right.
Why not? Right? There's no doubt it's going to happen. All right, let's keep going. An 8. No? A 10. A jack.
No.
What does a jack say? No. Queen. Good, but not good enough. We got to get another ace. All right, so are we done yet?
No.
Okay. Here's another little clue. Now, since you're making $20,000 a month, $25,000 a month, it's going good, right?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of people in your team making Mercedes and BMWs.
Yeah.
Here's what happens now. You get into management mode. You think you don't have to do what you used to do in the business. You could just be the expert now. Just show up at the trainings and tell people what to do. Okay? Guess what starts to happen to your check? Okay, remember this. People do what you do. People do what you do. You have to have a fresh story. A fresh story. You know what a fresh story is? Yes, I'm making $25,000 a month. Jenny, my neighbor, just got on the product. And this is her results in the last 30 days. I got her on the product, and this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. You know? Sally, I talked to her, I met her at the post office, and we exchanged business cards, and you know, she just joined the business and became executive her first week. Okay? That has to be the discussion when you're at that level. Okay? Not, what are you doing? My team's not working hard enough. My team's not, you know, doing this. You know, they need to learn to do this. They need to learn to do that. No. When you're talking to people, it has to be the fresh story. So you got to keep sharing the product. Keep inviting to the TTPs, even though you think you are the grand poobah now making the big money. Right? Okay? It's called staying in phase 1. If I use up the whole 6 hours, I do the whole training on phase 1 too. It's really good. But you got to stay in phase 1. Okay? You know why? We've all been blessed to be in a situation like this where we have an opportunity in our hands that's truly a gift. Don't slow down on the gift. You only got one shot to do this. You're only at the age you're at right now. This is the time when you have the energy and the ability to go out there and make a difference. Don't take that for granted. Don't slow down now. Now's not the time to slow down at all. You know, I joined a company in their 5th year. Okay? So my upline wasn't slowing down. They need you in the 5th year. Don't slow down in the 5th year. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You know why? Because you heard stories about those other companies I mentioned?
Yeah.
They've got people that are earning some serious bucks.
That's right.
We're not there yet because we just got started. But that's the direction we're going. Okay? Right? tell you all the stories, but I'll just tell you a friend of mine, okay, in Newport Beach, California, right? He just recently bought a $33 million mansion.
Wow.
Okay? And you know what his job is and his profession is? He's an Herbalife distributor. Herbalife distributor. I mean, so, who does that? Right?
We do.
That's the future, right? That's the future. So you don't slow down. You know, if you're making $50,000 a month, you're just getting started, right? Right? Everyone like that? All right. 2. What's a 2? What's this stanky 2 saying to you? Trying to knock you out of the box. My aunt, don't do that. Don't do that 10 thing. My aunt joined a company just like that and lost $50,000. And what's your answer to that? What's wrong with her? Did she sign up 50,000 times? Good night. Good night. King. Good customer. Good customer. I'll buy your product from one of your pyramid things. What is that? What is that? All right. What did you get done here? What did you get done here? What did you get done here? And what was the road like?
Rough.
Here's a little secret. Here's a little secret to get through that road faster, quicker, easier. Okay? Make the business fun. Have fun with it, right? Okay? Know your why you're doing this. Because here's what's going to happen. When that 2 and that 3 shows up, it's going to make you question, are you in a pyramid? Are you in this? Are you wasting your time? You haven't got a check this week. Whatever the scenario is, right? Okay? Those questions will pop up in your mind when you're frustrated when you go through all of that. So you have to have a strong why and say, you know what? My kids need to go to the right school. I need my kids to go to college and I don't want to have any bills on it. I need to pay cash for that, right? And what are your options? What are your options? Right? My husband's been dreaming about that home. We keep driving by, and he just says he always wants a home like that. And now I've got an opportunity to get my husband that home. Right? Those are your whys and your anchors that you need to understand. You're going to get it here and nowhere else. Okay? And I'm talking from a position of strength right now. In 2002, it was all theory, and you had to believe this Mel dude on stage. Okay? I can point to lots of people that have bought their dream homes because of our company. From the other division, same comp plan, same compensation plan. Okay, they've got their dream homes. They've put their kids through college cash. No student loans. And what was it? From their Wednesday paychecks. That's how they did that, from their Wednesday paychecks. Right? And what they have to do to get to that? They're donating big money to the charities. You know, there's one guy in the Philippines, he went back home, because he was working in Dubai, he went back home to the Philippines, and he bought his village.
Wow.
I don't know what a village costs. But I don't hear somebody who's working in construction down the street saying I'm buying a village and, you know, wherever. So, you know, he went home, he bought a village. You know, other people put their, you know, in some of these countries, you know, they've done stuff for their mothers and fathers that was a dream, outrageous dream, okay? So it happens with this compensation plan. Now all of a sudden, we put it into a product like this. 4 aces, that's what you need. You didn't even have to go through everybody. Wow. You got them early. Yeah. In Concord, we had to go all the way down to the end, didn't we? Almost. When we did it in Concord. Okay? And you get rid of the rest of them. Because then after the 4 aces, you're still going to hit the 2s, the 3s, all the rest of them. And you just say good night, good night, good night, good night. Because now you know the recipe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now you got the formula. Now you know the recipe. Okay? And guess what? All those no's, you know, what's a good chunk of them? Customers.
Yeah.
Customers. Right? Because you need to tell them you need the product. Don't go to your next physical with higher cholesterol. Don't go with higher blood pressure. Don't do this, don't do that. You look fat. You look ugly. Your skin don't shine. Get on the product. You got to get them on the product. You have to get them on the product. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm a man. I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a lot of testimonials on this product, and some of you that know me from a few years ago, I'm looking better. Well, let me tell you, is that as a guy, I'm going to tell you, my nails are harder and stronger. I don't know which of the products it is.
Vitamin B.
Must be vitamin B. That's what the experts tell me. I just spray the product. I just spray the product, you know? And I can tell you the rest of my testimonials as well. It's just unbelievable. And I'm telling you right now, somebody should have just slapped me 5 years ago and said, you need the sprays. But they weren't out there. Okay? But now since I'm on them, it's like, I need to slap everybody else and go, you need to be on sprays, right? Okay? There should be nobody that's not on sprays. And if you ain't feeling right, you need to pump up that cell energy. Start doing it. Start doing it. You need to feel like you used to in your 20s if you're not in your 20s. If you're in your 20s, then you just need to feel like you're 5. but here's the formula. Now, last part I want to mention this to you because you guys, some of you get it, some of you don't get it. Okay? How do you get the car? How do you get the car? Okay? Now, I can't believe it's very exciting. I mean, we just, in California, Betty got a new Mercedes, Margarita got a new BMW. We're giving out the cars. It's getting very, very exciting, you know? Excited to hear today Maureen's got her new 2015 Mercedes. So it's moving. It's moving. Yeah. Don't get left behind. Here's the shortcut. You want to know the shortcut? Yeah. Okay. You need 50 points on your small side. Okay, if you don't know what that means, you need to get with Vicky and Pastor Dale and Terry over here and everybody who knows the comp plan, right? But you need 50 points on your short side, right? Okay, so think about this. Okay, out of all those people that are saying no, I need to think about it, that, you need to get them on the product because you need to change their life through their health. It's so beautiful that we support and we push and we promote health and wealth. Right. I mean, it's unbelievable. The greatest wealth is definitely your health, right? I mean, you know, when you're driving that Ferrari, you want to be feeling good and healthy, right?
Right. Okay,
so let's promote the health. So the easiest way, this is how I got all, I never went out there and said, here's my product, here, go buy my product. It was always, it wasn't called TTP back then. They came to the home meeting, right? They said, I'm thinking about it, or they said no, and we said, well, you might as well get the product in the meantime. That was the way we moved the product. And if you're doing anything harder than that, I don't know. Okay, that might be your formula, but I'm telling you right now, that was the easy formula for a guy like me who'd never done sales to say, hey, you know what, you heard about the product. Go on the internet and pull up D3 and you'll read all about it. Go watch a Dr. Oz video, I don't know, but you need the product, right? Yeah. Those people, that's your customer base. Here's how you get the car. Okay, do you imagine someday, somehow, about 12 people that joined your business on your short leg? Not that you personally sponsored. Right. You might have sponsored just one. But they sponsor a couple, and you help them sponsor a couple, right? Just 12. That's a little group, right? Some of you have a lot more than 12, right? Yeah. Okay, but just 12. Okay. Teach them to retail the way I just showed you, right? They only have 2 customers. That's it. That's it. There's some great companies that move a lot of volume, like ACN or 5 Links. I mean, you got to have tons of customers, right? Yeah. You know, and they're doing great. You know, in this area, especially in DC, I know that those companies are big, prepaid legal, they're big, you know, this and that. I mean, we're not talking thousands of customers, we're talking 2. 2. So, those 12 people in your network that you didn't even bring in yourself, each of them has 2 customers, you're LCQ. That's right. You're LCQ. Can you believe that? So when I talk about, this is the easiest luxury lifestyle car program in the industry, that's what we have to show people. I don't know any other company out there where you're just going to say your network's like this small. I mean, you teach them to do 3 customers each, and then what? You only have to have a network of whatever, 6, 7 people, 7 people. Right? And you're on a car, a Mercedes, BMW,
Tesla?
Right? Okay, so I won't go into that because I know everybody's going to sleep, but you guys really need to understand. You need to understand, on your road to this, even though you're not making the big money yet, You might as well go in, riding in style all the way to the top right now. Right? Get the new BMW now. Get the new Mercedes now, even though your group is only 15, 20 people on the short leg. Because you taught them how to get customers and the points added up. You taught them how to get customers and the points added up. Do they have to sell? No. They invite for the business, they show the TTP, and the know or think about it. If you don't think you need to be on D3 now after that presentation, you know, you're not looking right. Right? Yeah. Very, very simple. So I want everybody to definitely focus on your way to building an empire of people towards February, that even if you have just a small group, you definitely got the car. Definitely got the car. Because here's what happens with the cars, okay? It's a symbol of success, right? Yes. And now with your TTP, are you parking some of the new cars outside? Yes. Does it make a difference? Yes. You know what it creates? Conversation. Conversation. Because you know what? People are going to say, how? What? Really? How? That conversation becomes networking. So, the more cars we get out there, what's it going to do? It's like Pastor Dale said, it's going to raise the brand. It's going to raise the awareness. Because it's a symbol of success, more people are going to be attracted to the how and the conversation, and now you're creating what? Momentum. Momentum. Right? Right. Now, I think it was Paul Jackson that might have mentioned this. You know, when we joined the company, it was at a certain level of sales, and it had enough penetration in the marketplace to catch momentum. Momentum is when everybody starts hearing about it, when the word's out there, and people that you don't even know are going to say, I heard you're in that spray thing. Or you're going to call somebody, and they're going to say, oh yeah, I've been on Super 10 for the last 7 months. You know, it's the awareness is out there. It's in everybody's kitchen. It's in everybody's room. It's getting out there. And when enough of that's out there, guess what happens to the company? It shoots right up 5 times, 10 times, 100 times. It goes up. And so we were the company that went from 50 million, and within 24 months, it shot up to over $500 million. Okay? Can you imagine that type of timing and that type of volume, what it did to our paychecks and our team's paychecks and the people around us? It went from small to big. 10 is small right now. We have not even gotten close to momentum yet. But with the amount of product stories, and now the money stories and the car stories starting to pop up, it's going to go like this. And at a certain point, and I'll predict that in February, it's going to hit that point of momentum where it just shoots vertical. And when that happens, magical things happen. I can't even explain that. I mean, that is just like, you had to be there. You had to be there. I remember the meetings. They were packed where they had the fire department coming in and saying the fire hazard. People were just like joining, and they didn't even watch the presentation. They just wanted to be a part of it. It was like crazy, madness, right? That's what I wish for you. That's what I want for you. We all need to together take the company up there. But understand this, you've got the best thing in your hands right now. You've got the best thing in your hands right now. And it has not got to do with me or Amy or my dad. And by the way, we bought out that other partner back in 2003, but she's still our friend. It was great, but she just wanted to, you know, do something else because it was a rough road. It was a rough road if you were around back then in 2003, 2004, you know, as we grew the company. What was I about to say? Yeah, it's not. So it's not about us, okay? And it's not just about you either. And it's not just the product, and not just the comp plan, and it's definitely not just the track record of 12 years and the infrastructure of the company, but what it is about, all of that, all those pieces of the puzzle coming together for the perfect scenario, right? Okay? But here's the missing ingredient. All those perfect things that we have in place to take this company into that momentum, into that vertical, it's not going to go anywhere without the missing ingredient, and that is leadership. Leadership. All of you, all of us, the leadership, okay? So I'm telling you right now, that's what we're missing, is a leader with urgency that gets it and decides to work really, really hard for themselves and their family. You have a chance right now, okay? And I can't emphasize this enough, but here's what's going to happen today. Everybody's going to leave the room, and it's Saturday. By Monday morning, you may or may not remember everything. So I want you to just at least underline the bullet points or write down any bullet points that you need to right now. So Monday morning, you look at that and you know what to do. And here's what needs to be done. Work. Work. Okay? For Amy and I to become millionaires, we worked really, really hard. Okay? It wasn't about luck. You know, it was creating the luck through working really, really hard. So, if you're afraid of hard work, you're in the wrong place. This is not the lottery deal here. Okay? There's those money games out there and quick cash deals, and if you need that in your life to get some bills paid, fine, I understand it. No problem. But I'm telling you right now, this is a legacy situation. This is a situation where you've been put into a destiny situation. This is our destiny. We're here for a reason, right? You believe that?
Yeah.
Right? So if it's our destiny to be here, if it's our destiny to be here, we're lucky enough to be in the room because there's so many people that are not in the room today, that missed the room today, right? Or have not heard the words TEN, so they're definitely not in the room, right? And we're lucky enough in the first year to hear about this opportunity, to be a part of this opportunity, the very first year, where most people don't even know that it's an opportunity. They might join in year 3, they'll join in year 4, join in year 5. We're lucky. We're the ones blessed to have this in our hands. But here's what you're going to miss when you don't take action on it. It doesn't matter how good it is if you don't put in the sweat. You got to roll up your sleeves. Anything worthwhile in life, I don't care what business you're in, anything worthwhile in life, you got to work hard for it. So I'm telling you though, you've been working hard all your life for somebody else or your other business or your other job and some other boss and for their dreams, you got to work hard for your dreams. I'm telling you right now, it's a reality. You're seeing the Mercedes come out, you're seeing the BMWs come out. You saw some residual checks that were very serious that got paid out yesterday. This is happening and you will miss it. You will miss it if you don't take the action and you don't pay attention. And you listen to these jokers, because you know what? As we rode from 50 million to 500 million and we became millionaires and our teammates became millionaires, there was a bunch of people that were there that night, November 18th, that quit on the road. That missed it. And years later, they're looking back. Right? They missed it. You don't want to miss this. And they missed it because they quit for whatever reason, because they believed in those people that said this is a scam, or this is this, or this is that, or I'll think about it, or I'm not joining, and they weren't making the checks, and they missed it. Okay? And then there was the other ones that just didn't take action. So they missed it. There's two things that are going to happen. Okay? A year from now. Because you're going to bounce from that February event forward. A year from now. So a year is not nothing. Okay? Think about it for you and for your kids. 1 year from now. You're going to be like this. You're going to hear about 10, and you're going to say, is that thing still going? Oh yeah, they're on their 12th spray and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And by the way, that's my new Tesla outside. You know? You should have stuck with it. And what are you going to be saying to yourself? Where's my knife? I should have paid attention in Washington, D.C. last September. And now here she's telling me that they're doing what? And they're doing how? And this many people? And now they're giving out a new Mercedes every day, and I missed that whole thing? So you're either going to cut your wrist, or you're going to then want to join, which is fine too. You can come back later, right? Here's the other scenario. We're all going to work really, really hard right now, because we know what we got in our hands. We know it's a one chance, right? Small to big with the company, one chance. And as we work really, really hard, a year from now, we'll be like, we're in Hawaii. The company paid for everything. It's so exciting, honey, that you drive home from work talking about that house, and I can't believe only a year, and we just put the down payment on that new house. Right? And you know what, honey? I calculated the points in our back office. Next month's residual check is even bigger. I can't believe this. It's crazy. And I can't wait till the announcements at the East Coast Regional happening on September 30th in 2015. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the scenario, or this is going to be the scenario. You got to take action. It's all in your, and I'll just wrap it up with this story because it makes a lot of sense to me and hopefully it makes a lot of sense to you.